According to the Department of Mental Health, it is estimated that 8 million Americans have an eating disorder, 7 million women and 1 million men. 95% of those who have eating disorders are between the ages of 12 and 25. 50% of girls between the ages of 11 and 13 see themselves as overweight. 80% of 13-year-olds have attempted to lose weight. Nearly half of all Americans personally know someone with an eating disorder. We should be aware of these illnesses because it is something all around us. I have experience with troubled teens that suffer from eating disorders by working with a nonprofit organization that benefits teens, as well as my own personal experience with bulimia. Eating disorders are all around us. We should be aware of our culture and what is facing these days. Today we will talk about what an eating disorder is and also touch closer on anorexia and bulimia. What is an eating disorder? An eating disorder is marked by extremes. It is present when a person experiences severe disturbances in eating behavior, such as extreme reduction of food intake or extreme overeating, or feeling an extreme distress or concern about body weight. And that is according to the National Institute of Mental Health. There are several types of eating disorders. Just a few of them are anorexia, bulimia, laxative abuse, and binge eating. Although there are several eating disorders, I will only touch on a couple that is vastly popular in our culture. First, we will discuss anorexia. People with anorexia see themselves as overweight, even if they are starved or are clearly malnourished. Eating food and weight control become obsessions as well as addictions. A person with anorexia is typically weighs themselves repeatedly, portions food carefully, and eats only very small amounts of quantities of food. One of my girls that I was mentoring one day, this is a quote that she told me. She said, "Nothing tastes better than as good or as thin as I feel," and that just emphasizes on how much mentally it can disturb someone with anorexia. Some anorexia issues are caused by their upbringing, the way they're often raised, and often someone has difficulties becoming independent. That is a quote from Thomas Insel. He's the director of National Institute of Mental Health. Some of the symptoms include coexisting psychiatric and physical illness, including depression, anxiety, obsessive behavior, substance abuse, cardiovascular and neurological complications, and impaired physical development. This is a quote from a book called Dying to be Skinny. Blame can lead to guilt, and guilt can make someone feel compelled to keep secrets. Keeping guilty secrets because we feel bad just reinforce the mechanism of eating disorders, which thrive that sense of shame. Some of the physical side effects are thinning bones, dry and yellowish skin, muscle weakness and loss, low blood pressure, and slowing of pulse. How to revert anorexia? Restoring the person to a healthy weight, treating the psychological issues related to the eating disorder, and reducing and eliminating behaviors or thoughts that lead to disordered eating and prevent repulse. The next eating disorder that we will discuss is bulimia. Bulimia is someone who binges and then purges. Unlike anorexia, people with bulimia can fall within a normal range of their age and weight. But like people with anorexia, they often fear gaining weight. They want desperately to lose weight and are intensively unhappy with their body size and shape. Usually, bulimic behavior is done secretively because it is often accompanied by feelings of disgust and shame. The binging and purging cycle usually repeats several times a week. Just like anorexia, bulimia is also caused by someone who wants to gain control of their life. This is one of my friends who I talked to. She said that I chose bulimia to gain control of my life, when in fact I lost all the control that I had. Some of the symptoms include depression, anxiety, substance problem, sore throat, tooth decay from acids in their stomach, kidney problems, and severe dehydration. How to revert bulimia, psychiatric help, or prescriptions. Bulimia, as you can see, is a mental illness that needs to be watched and controlled on a day-to-day basis, as well as anorexia. Eating disorders are rapidly growing, and we should be aware of culture issues and distortions of beauty. Hopefully this information I've given you today will help you better understand eating disorders and their consequences. Beauty in our culture has clearly gotten out of hand. Between fashion magazines and the media, who would blame anyone for developing a eating disorder?